Hi everyone. Here. It's time for me to review the new Leos Carax film, Annette. Annette's been out already on Amazon Prime for over a month now, but I still want to talk about it. Leos Carax is a French writer-director, but until now I've known him as the Holy Motors guy, and I'm pretty sure that's how most young cinephiles know who he is. Carax has become a polarizing director due to the unconventional nature of his films, the negative attention boiling down to he's pretentious and staying there, while the positive attention is this man is like 5 parallel universes ahead of every other filmmaker. Annette is my first foray into his work, and look, the guy's not incompetent, but what the hell is this? I got Gaspar Noé pretty easily. I understood either side of the Charlie Kaufman camp, but this guy, assuming Annette is representative of the whole of his filmmaking, I see the quirk, but nothing particularly ahead of its time. I'm understanding what's happening here. I am just not enjoying it. In description, this movie is something I would really enjoy. A musical about this deteriorating relationship or romance between Adam Driver and Marion Cotillard is more than enough to turn my head. Throw in promises of experimental whimsy and aesthetic genius for good measure. That all sounds great, but something is not gelling here. The opening song, May We Start, is a great beginning number, perfectly establishing the theatrical tone, as not only does it show the immediate embracing of the musical world, but also shows the characters together, existing outside their roles in the story to introduce the film. But the longer the film goes on, the clearer it became this intro was setting a stage nothing would ever take. I'm just going to guide you through my thought process in deciphering Annette's story. At the surface level, I could not connect with the romance. Our leads lack any sort of chemistry. Individually, they are puddle-deep characters, and there's nothing that lets us meaningfully understand their relationship. If Carax is chronicling a tortured, failing love story, does it not make sense for the relationship to start in a place from which to fall? Which is something I did not get from this movie. Or like Simon Helberg's character is conjured right out of the fucking aether when the movie decides it's his turn to be involved with the plot, when maybe he's had 2 lines before that point. I never get the impression I'm watching a story being told instead of watching an auteur play with their symbolic puzzle pieces. But beyond the first surface level exists the possibility that these are intentional decisions made to prop up some larger message. One could say the relationship is so glossy and inexplicably perfect because that's how we see celebrity marriages when actually they're tumultuous and, miserable. Carax includes so much commentary about fame mentality and the paparazzi already, that's a natural conclusion to come to about what he was going for. Now, I already am not on board with reading a film this way because only a small number of people can get away with neglecting foundational elements of character because of a preoccupation with symbolism to me. You gotta be, in rare form as an artist for that to pay off. But Annette isn't satisfying to me from this angle either, because the symbolism simply is not that deep or explored. An infamous moment from this movie has the leads laboriously sing a song repeating, "We love each other so much." And it's moments like these which are so obvious and telegraphed on both the surface and symbolic level. Either it's a forthright, affectionate declaration, or backhandedly overcompensating for semiotic's sake. Sometimes one choice will be more obvious than others. Their daughter, Annette, is represented by an off-putting CGI puppet leaning into the symbolism of Driver objectifying her further and further into the movie, but no matter which level of symbolic interpretation you choose, the film stops short of meaningfulness to me. But then one step beyond symbolic enjoyment, Annette has the possibility to utilize music to tell the story. I mean, most movies should do this, but this is a musical, bear with me. This is the most disappointing aspect of them all, though. Like I said, the opening number was great, but after that, I couldn't tell you a single song I enjoyed. I'm sure Sparks' music is good, and it serves me right for missing the documentary about them that came out earlier this year, but almost none of this was memorable or even catchy. Every other line of these songs sounded like they had no idea where the lyrics were taking them, as if the pitch and rhythms themselves were caught by surprise whenever a sentence would end where it did. I've said my piece about how vacuous and empty the songs in The Greatest Showman were, but at least I remember those. The silver lining to this bumbling movie is Adam Driver's performance. Carax shoots Adam Driver like he's captured some exotic animal, and he's documenting its behavior for no other reason than his own eccentricity, which is just about the only truly enticing aspect of this movie. I'd go so far to say he's the best actor working under 40 right now. I can see the movie aesthetically being somebody's jam, but it was not enough to win my good side back, even though it was visually appealing from time to time. Overall, I think Annette is either the worst possible way to be introduced to Carax's filmography, or his futuristic flair is so incomprehensible, the very nature of it is so galaxy-brained it bypassed me completely. Because no matter how many layers I pull back, I didn't find anything that gave me the slightest hints of sublimity or enjoyment. It seems like the benefit of the doubt that we're supposed to bring ourselves heavily outweighs what the story's bringing to the table. In that way, I guess it at least helps me understand what all modern art looks like to people who hate modern art, who swear by that the curtains were blue meme. There are filmmaking aspects which I enjoyed. Adam Driver was amazing to watch as usual, but my areas of enjoyment are all sterile and free of emotion. I appreciate what it took to show what's happening to me, yet my emotional investment could not possibly be lower. I'm thinking a 5 out of 10 for Annette. Anyway, did you like this movie more than me, less than me? Well, if you care to, please tell me. And if you like not only words, but the way I arrange and then say them, please consider giving this video a like to help me with the algorithm, and then subscribing to me, Brian from the channel Brian. Thank you, and goodbye.